thank you for watching a quick chat with Max. Great episode today. I got a great guest. You can see the names coming in slowly. Warren. And you saw the post on social, everywhere. I put this post everywhere, Facebook, TikTok, everyone, even Tinder, maybe I don't know. But anyway, so thank you for watching. If you're watching through Facebook, thank you very much. Click the like button down below. Makes me very, very happy. If you're watching us through YouTube, thank you. Click the subscribe button here so you will receive more alerts about live chats. And I will tell you later, there will be loads of live chat. And also when I upload new videos. So just keep in touch, something like that. Guys, let's jump in straight away and let's see who I've got today. Warren!
Hey,
hi, Warren. Oh, not too bad. How are you? Tell me, how are you? So
yeah, good. Really, yeah, good. I had a few months off now, so the same for you guys in Gressoney. This has been a funny end to the season, but there's quite a lot of things to do around the chalet and a lot of DIY I haven't done in about 18 years. So playing a bit of catch up, you could say.
Exactly. So this quarantine, I know is not great because I'm in full of myself, but the house now is great. Never been so good. Gardening is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of DIY and a time to rest as well. I'm getting old, Max. My joints are a little bit dodgy, and a couple of months to let the body, recover. A few injuries here and there. It's been good for me.
Absolutely. But I saw you anyway. Every Saturday you do some live chat, live videos or lessons because I follow you.
Yeah, exactly. So Rob, I think he's sharing your link now. Rob from our team got a lot of people writing in, also Jordan and myself, just asking for, what do we do? We were going to come on a ski course in Verbier in March. We were going to come to ski course in Cervinia in April, and people are desperate. You know what it's like as a skier. You're passionate, and everyone was desperate to do something. So we already had a kind of a program that we take on tour every year, and it's a lot of things to give people to work on at home and off of snow and developing their technique and kind of like biomechanics and a little bit of plyometrics combined. So that's what it's leading into. So we started it off just to try it and see how it worked, and then we've had over 100,000 views already on it, and we're really surprised. But people seem to like it. And what's interesting is that it's not just what you think it is when you watch it on the screen. People write in and then they start communicating with Rob and myself and Jordan and Fee and a few of the other guys from the team. And then they end up getting solutions like which ski they want to buy and which length of ski and what, all sorts of stuff. So it's been really good for us. And I think it's been good for the viewers, watching. They're getting something from it and they're keeping their skiing active,
Exactly. You were talking about Rob. Rob already jumped in with the messages.
Ah, cool.
He's working
Rob and I have been working together for close on 20 years, but about 16, 17 years, and he'd known him from Verbier from before that. So yeah, we're between me, Rob, and Jordan, we're always trying to think up things to do. We're always trying to think up new ideas, new things to do. Especially now, we're being really pushed to find new things to do with the lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you want to join the conversation, please do through Facebook and YouTube. Just type your message, and the message will arrive to us. Actually, I've got another one here coming in. Rob is, yeah. Rob doesn't believe you got pants. He knows you very well, I guess.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Rob's good. He's we're already chatting and working on other concepts. Actually, we're doing a interesting thing, right? So something to put to your listeners, viewers, whatever. One of the things that's made us think outside the box a little bit is that we're hoping to get back skiing, right? So there's people talking about the Zermatt Glacier possibly opening on the 6th of June. That's what we're hearing. If it does for skiing, that's fantastic news for passionate skiers. And obviously, we'll be over in Cervinia, I'm sure, this summer at some point, fingers crossed. But the other thing we're doing, when we were pushed into this situation, we thought about an idea of getting our skiers that have explored off-piste terrain. They've gone and skied a run. They've been dreaming of skiing or whatever. And we want to try and push an idea that we get people on e-bikes up the mountain and spending a long weekend or a week going and exploring when there's no snow and all these runs, your famous descents in different ski areas. It's about obviously starting in Verbier, but probably branching into Italy. And we just partnered up with Orange Bikes in Switzerland, and everyone seems really interested in the idea. But actually, a lot of our academy guys that they want to try it out. And the e-bike sort of revolution's getting a little bit crazy. Everyone's getting into it, and you don't have to be so fit like an athlete to get to the top of a mountain now on a bike. So that's something we've been working on, which we're going to be releasing some information on. But be interesting to get people's ideas. But I mean, we've gone and done it, and actually, for me, it was like a first for me to really go up and have a proper look at some of the runs. You normally do it if you're walking or hiking, but to do it on a bike and get it done in quite a short space of time with a motor on the bike was great. So that's going to be a thing we're going to be pushing and hopefully bringing out later this summer as a thing. So yeah, that's what Rob's a very good mountain biker. So that's probably what you'll see a lot more of him popping up and doing online.
Exactly. You were saying when you were talking about the academy, we are talking about the Warren Smith Ski Academy.
Yeah.
You said it's based in Verbier, but
yeah.
You are expanding. You're expanding. You're going everywhere actually with this academy. Japan. I saw you everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do you know what we follow a lot of the requests of what our clients want. So we obviously we as skiers, we're passionate skiers. Primarily, we're really into freeride skiing, and we love exploring places where we get powder. And our first international trip was to Japan back in 2008. And we started taking groups there, and the numbers got really big, up to sort of sometimes 70 people in a season taking over to Japan. But then we went to other places, like went to Utah, which is fantastic, and we've been up to Revelstoke a few times to do the heli ski trips, and then went to Chile last summer. We did a heli ski camp in Chile, which was great. And I was supposed to go to Pakistan to do another heli trip in February, but I had an accident and hurt my shoulder. So, but the team, everyone loves to travel. Everyone loves to travel, and we'll always be moving around. I'm sure, to try and find new opportunities. But we're lucky, we got Cervinia as a home, we got Verbier as a home, and they're two places that you couldn't really be placed in a couple of areas to have such great freeride terrain on your doorstep. But yeah, we do love to travel, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. You said Cervinia, as you said during your post, I saw you during the day, you told your followers about my origin. I'm a Gressoney guy. I'm from the Aosta Valley region. Have you been to Gressoney yourself? Have you been?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we did Champelluc for a few years. One of our we write for the Telegraph. We're the technique editors for the Telegraph Ski and Snowboard, and we did read a trip for 3 years to Champelluc. And obviously, we used to get over to the Gressoney side. You've got it's crazy. Alagna there as well, and I love that area. We want to do more stuff there. In fact, I'll be tapping you up for some information after this chat. To talk about it, because that's a classic thing that's so close to Verbier, just through the tunnel, around the corner, and you're in another incredible region with the Monte Rosa. The view of the Monte Rosa there is just it's mind blowing. So yeah, that will be another thing. We'll probably venture out and do a little bit more of as we have time. And that's the thing, like you say, we've got more time to think and plan right now rather than running around like headless chickens all the time.
Exactly, and hopefully they are talking about this big link now from Champelluc to Cervinia. So Champelluc, Alagna.
The rumors. I heard the rumors, and I mean, if the rumors are true, I mean, it'll make it probably one of the biggest. I mean, it could be one of the biggest ski linked areas in the world. I mean, it'll be insane. But if that link goes in, and you hear these stories of someone building trying to get planning permission for a hotel on this specific site, that is kind of like the only linking site that puts the Cervinia area with the Champelluc side. So if it happens, fantastic. And I'm glad we've already got like a little bit of a footing in there. But we want to do more stuff over on the Gressoney Champelluc side, and that's definitely going to be a next step for us for sure.
That's fantastic. The questions are starting to come now for you, Warren. I've got now one very interesting question for you, because we were talking about these things a little bit later, but I got Rebecca asking you something. Let's see this question. Hi, Max. Hi, Warren. I see you taught Joey Essex to ski for the jump. Is it really as thick as it? For
Joey Essex, God, yeah, Joey Essex. Oh, do you know what? He was a great lad. He was really, really fun to teach and hang out with for a few months. And when we did the show, you know, we were meeting a lot of different people. Some were singers, some were athletes, sportsmen, and some were, you know, TV celebrities. But he was fun, you know. And I don't know whether he was really that. I wouldn't say he's, you know, stupid or thick. I would say he knows how to play a very good image of people like and adhere to. And he's a lovely guy. You know, you can't say a bad word against him. Can't say, you know, but I don't know his intelligence level. Maybe he needs an IQ test on that to go and see that. But no, Joe is a smart guy. Very, very good skier. And you know, he won the jump. You know, what a legend. You know,
he did. Yeah, absolutely. I know, brilliant. Thank you, Rebecca, for your question. I'm sure you got something else coming out. Okay, now coming back to your academy, let's talk about the academy. Then we go a little deeper in your life. Okay, I saw so many photos, and the Matterhorn is always there, there. Typical photo of your clients. These green jackets. No, it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. Let me see, I got so many. But also, you don't do just locations around Europe and Japan. You do also inside. You've been not Milton Keynes, but you've been where? Where is your ski dome you're going usually?
Yeah, we well, I mean, you know, a very dear friend of mine runs the indoor snow dome at Hemel. He's also he's a skier that also runs ski courses in the Alps and around, but he actually sort of masterminds the Hemel Indoor Snow Centre. We got friends up at Manchester, you know, Castleford, in Glasgow as well. So there's a lot of indoor snow domes in the UK, and we've been using them. I mean, God, we did I'm sure the first indoor ski like 1994 at Tamworth. You know, that was the first one that they built in the UK. I remember skiing up at that, and it's kept us busy in May, and it's kept us busy in October. And there's a really simple sort of idea to it that a lot of skiers would turn around and say, oh, God, you know, I'm not going to go to an indoor snow dome. It's like 180 meters. I'm going to be bored within 5 or 10 minutes. But the thing about they're a golf driving range, really, for skiing. And if you've got an agenda, like something to work on or some aspect of your skiing that doesn't quite work for you, you can do a lot of good things there. I mean, people even take ski instructor qualifications at the indoor snow domes on the level 1. So they're really good venues. I mean, incredible.
Yeah. I've been few actually. Tamworth, because I was living in Leamington Spa. I lived 10 years in Leamington Spa, so it was quite close.
Yeah.
And Tamworth was one, and then I went to the Milton Keynes. I remember I took some friends to Milton Keynes. I took them up. There's a tapis roulant, I remember, in Tamworth. There was a tapis roulant. That was probably 1998. I went up. I said, "Come on, guys, follow me." The first turn, I fell. It was so icy. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Tamworth, I remember that. You used to have to sharpen your edges there. I know the snow they've got there nowadays is really improved, but back in the day, you know, I think I've come a cropper myself on Tamworth's ice skating rink on a hill. That's for sure.
No, but it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, absolutely true. It's good fun. But also, you're touring the country you do some chats, some talks.
Yeah.
And I got some photos, quite popular, Warren. Well done.
Yeah, well, no, it's interesting. I mean, you know, very similar to the lockdown exercises. You know, what we, you know, there's a formula. I mean, Jordan in our teams just updated our websites. If you go on it and you click on the ski biomechanics part, and you'll see there's 6 sort of topics that we've developed that people, you know, really can work on at home. And the idea of these lectures or talks is that when you've listened to the talk, whether you're an instructor or whether you're you know, a really regular super keen skier, or even someone that hasn't done much skiing, you'll find that you can end up teaching yourself quite a lot of the content. So the idea is like to try and empower people to develop and teach themselves. You know, hopefully they'll come and ski with us at some point in the future, but maybe not. A lot of the people that come to talks have already got their own ski instructors. They're already in the ski resorts they love, but it spreads an easy message about how people can improve, you know, and hopefully that embeds with a lot of people. And it makes, I mean, there's 2 things. One is it reduces the risk of injury if you're biomechanically sound, and then these things help balance the biomechanics out. but then your performance learning curve can go up a lot steeper, a lot quicker, rather than a very long, low progressive curve, you know. So it's got a lot of people off that classic intermediate plateau we found, and you know, people seem to like it, and we meet a lot of good people as well, you know. So quite often, you know, we can stay behind, have a few beers with the people from the ski slope or the ski shop, and it's really interesting to meet ski shops and see what their chat is about the industry. In fact, we learn just as much as the people we're giving a lecture out to. We probably learn even more actually about, you know, what's popular in shops and where the trends are and stuff like that. So it keeps us engaged, you know, and it keeps us chatting to people, which is important.
Very good, very good. Also, there is also another question from Rebecca, is linking what you said. Joe Essex is not involved anymore, so don't worry about it. So it's gone. It's about, what do you like most about teaching people to ski?
Oh God, there's loads of stuff. First of all, I get to ski, so that's the great thing, right? So you know, I'm passionate. You know, I love skiing. I couldn't think of a better career, obviously, to be sliding around on the slopes. There's obviously a buzz if you're teaching someone. Everyone experiences this. If you help someone do something and they get something and there's a smile on their face or a buzz, it gives you a buzz, you know. The thing about skiing and the thing that we've been so lucky with being in a place like, you know, places like Verbier and Cervinia, you know, we have a lot of clients that want to come out. They want to challenge. They want to go and ski a couloir or a certain area, and they push themselves. And we have long-term relationships with clients. So the things that are really nice is that you build up relationships. You know, people we've been with and been skiing with us for over 20 years. Have become lifelong friends, you know, drinking buddies, people you have a great social life with, people you even go away on holiday with or whatever. You know, so there's loads of positives to that, and it's just that's it for us. We love the buzz of it. We love the end of the week on a Friday. Everyone's at the bar. You finish out on the mountain, and it's been a positive week, and there's just that crazy atmosphere. You know the same in Gressoney. You've been in the same situation, right? So you know that.
Yeah. But Gressoney with upper ski, we are not great. It's nice. It's getting better. It's not okay, but the ski is amazing. So that's why. Okay. So if you come to Gressoney, it's for skiing. The upper ski, you have to be a little bit creative, let's say.
Yeah. In Verbier, it's the opposite. You got to try and be careful. You know, the upper ski can grab you, sort of take hold of you, and you.
What's the drink? Because in Gressoney, in Cervinia as well, we got Bombardino. Is the drink usually?
Yeah, I've heard of that. That's the place. That's the place.
It's like the eggnog with and cream.
Yeah,
sounds terrible, but when you drink it, geez, it's amazing. It's beautiful. Sorry, I just dropped my mouse. It's a great thing. So fantastic. I found a photo here. You are teaching your clients, your future clients as well. What you're talking about here is turning. Tell me more, because I'm curious myself now.
Yeah, what this is. So, you know, for example, this is a range test. So we get people to steer and step their feet around to the left and to the right without moving their hips. So it's like the ball of the leg rotating inside the socket joint in the hip, and we're looking to measure the inward steering range of the outside leg, or the downhill ski, you could call it, but the outside leg of the turn. So that person's left foot, we'd be looking at gauging how far that can step around towards the right. Ideally, on that range test, we want people to get to 70 degrees. And that would be in a way that if someone's going to finish off their ski turn technically correct, they need to get to 70 degrees of range. Otherwise, the hip starts following them around. They start rotating the hip. What's really interesting, we measured over 4,000 people, and the national average is 43 degrees. So you know already when you're working with people, when you're testing the biomechanics, that a lot of people are not set up right to ski and perform. What's really scary is we get a lot of people that try and step their leg around and rotate, and they get to 15, 20 degrees. And we already know that when they ski, it doesn't matter how good their ski instructor is going to be, they're not going to be able to change that aspect of their skiing. So if we can get to people and get 3 weeks of work of rotating the leg, and usually there's always usually around a 20 or 30 degree difference between left and right as well. So we can quite often identify someone's weaker turn, before they've hit the slopes or before we've seen them skiing, So that's what that is. It's a range test. It's probably the most popular part of the ski technique lab that we do. If anyone wants to watch it or the explanation of it, it was on the third webinar that we did, and all the webinars, you can see them on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, and then people, they can log in. They're on our Instagram page as well. But that's an interesting lecture to listen to, because again, it'll empower someone, to go and change a big aspect of their skiing for sure.
No, exactly. So just remind your accounts. So on YouTube, you are Warren Smith Academy, or just
the Facebook's just Warren Smith Ski Academy, and the Instagram is, if you search it like at the Ski Academy, you'll find all of our details on there as well. But I'll get Rob, or one of our team will flash up. Maybe we'll message into this chat, and then we can.
Cool. That'll be lovely, so I can publish it. Yeah, exactly. So now we are going into this lovely evening you do. We are talking to clients, talking to people, future friends, and you start to play with them. Now look at this picture. So men. Who you train? You got a woman. So all men, and you are teaching the girl. Woman. So no, you didn't pick the guy with the guy speaking his nose. No, you're picking the lovely girl. But,
we don't choose who we do the test with. We don't choose. I mean, people just, they come and do the test.
Really? Yeah. Look at here we go. So you look at the lady behind you. Why not me? Why?
It's absolutely professional. There's no. It's just purely a very specific test. We don't. We don't try and gear it towards any specific sex, or gender or anything like that, race, color, whatever it might be. We just do the test. That's it. Straight down the line.
There are also men in your camp, of course, but you let him die, this guy. You didn't care about this guy.
That picture, is that from Hyde Park? That must have been from Hyde Park a few years ago. I remember that. Yeah. You never recovered.
This one is an original thing, because you are not inside, you are not in the Alps, you are here in UK, I suppose. Yeah,
that's right. I think that was in November 2015 or 13 or something like that. Hyde Park.
It's good. Are you still doing these ones? Are you still doing this kind of
yeah, we are doing some like that. Yeah, I mean, we sometimes do it informally in the summer months up in Javinia. We got a lovely we work with the guys at the Monrev Hotel, really lovely family. Charlie and the team there have been looking after us. They have a great garage downstairs, and if you ever get a day where there's bad weather, or after skiing, if anyone's got the energy left, you usually put out like a course, a plyometrics course, and on that we get a lot of people to do outdoor work. You quite often, in fact, the lecture this Saturday, same one that we're doing in Verbier, will be like that. It will be an outdoor session, talking people through a lot of bits and bobs to do outside, and to mimic ski actions,
Absolutely. And I got some photos about you skiing now. Quite beautiful setting and beautiful skiing. So that
was just skiing down from just at the end of a run. Actually, it was skiing a really nice couloir up in the Attila couloirs in Verbier, and then just came down, and there was a friend at the bottom, Ash, just took a picture. And skiing on the Vocal Katana, that is quite a nice freeride ski, and it was quite lucky. And then a little bit of spray of snow coming up as well.
Exactly. Let's talk about the skis, because some viewers probably, they will watch this video and says, how big are those skis? Because these are off-piste skis.
A freeride ski for me, I mean, an interesting way of explaining it, I guess. Back in the day, maybe 10 years ago, I'd ski on a 198 or 197 centimeter length, and it was a strong ski. It was like a Katana, the old school Katana Vocal ski. Fantastic ski. It was a bit like a GS race ski almost, but for freeride skiing. Had a titanium top sheet, and the length of the ski was the bit that supported. But as the skis have developed, I'm now skiing on like anywhere between a 193 and a 186, and even on like there's a ski called a BMT, so Vocal BMT 109. So the 109 is the width at the middle of the ski, and I use it for touring and freeride skiing. And even though it's only a 186, and I'm nearly 90 kilos, and I'm 6'2", so typically it's a lot shorter than what I would have skied. but the ski really handles a lot of speed and a lot of aggression put through it. But it's the construction now, you know, the way that they're made torsionally really strong, but with a lovely flex through the length of the ski. So I can ski on a shorter ski. I mean, these skis nowadays, we're skiing on a lot of carbon skis that we're using for Freeride, you know, as well as conventional skis, but carbons are working great. And also skiing a lot on a katana. And then for, you know, the fun ski as well, that, you know, the Freeride off-piste ski, freestyle off-piste ski is a vocal Revolt 121. It's just, you know, it's doing very well out there. But yes, the skis technology just gets better and better every year. It's not just a new year, a new graphic. It really is a lot of construction changes that have gone on that make the skis quite special these days.
No, absolutely. I've got a question coming in from Christine about your school, your academy.
Yeah.
And hi, Max and Warren. Warren, how many people do you have in your ski classes?
In ski classes? Well, that's a good question, actually. In fact, I was talking to a journalist yesterday, Lucy, a lady that writes for the Telegraph. She's working with the Telegraph, and saying, what's happening now with your ski classes? Are they going to change because of the COVID situation and everything? So our Academy Classic group is an 8-person group, and it's been around for 20 years, and it works really well. Recently, we introduced a 6-person group, so we call it a 6 max. So people pay a little bit extra, like 20%, 10% extra, and then they get a smaller group of 6. And it may move in the direction of people coming in to pay a little bit more of a premium and going in a 4-person group. That is what the natural sort of basis is going to work around. So that's just explaining the group numbers. But at the moment, you book on a group of 8 people per group, which is the standard. You book on a 6-person group, which is a little bit more to invest, but then you get less people in the group. And then we also run a thing called a super group, which is much more geared towards what it is an off-piste course. And you know, like we run it with all of our level 4 instructors in Switzerland. We go into really nice areas. Obviously, you know, the verbier terrain's crazy, so there's lots of really nice scope there. But on the super group, it's a 6-person sort of limit on that as well. And that works the same for the Japan courses, and a lot of the international courses that we run is 6. But I can see a lot of you know, interest, and it's an interesting comment about numbers, because it's a big talking point at the moment, and there could be a chance, you know, that as we move towards the winter, and as we come out of the lockdown period, it may be that we introduce the 4-person group, and we're not sure yet, but we're just going to sort of see how that plays out. At the moment, you know, 8 and 6 works really well.
No, it's a good number. It's absolutely a good number. You don't do one-to-one if they pay you a lot?
We do a lot of one-to-one, actually. I mean, actually, almost half of our business is private lessons. People don't really realize that, actually. So it's a very good point. So I do a lot of that. I ski with a lot of clients throughout the winter, and it's, you know, whether it's in Verbier or whether it's following where the clients are skiing in different areas, you know, like Courchevel, Chamonix, wherever. We all have private clients and people that ski with us on a regular basis. And that's another thing, you know, I'm sure people may be thinking a little bit more along the lines of investing in a little bit more, maybe skiing private a little bit more often, maybe less days, similar budget, but just doing it privately one-to-one, and having a little bit more security, you know, from where the future of groups is going to be, you know, group skiing or small groups.
No, exactly. You know, happened to me. I took some clients sometimes from the UK, from the States. I had a little website called skiwithmax.com in the past, and I was taking clients as a friendly thing. I didn't make any money, so just an excuse to go back to Gerson see my parents. And in the meantime, I was taking these people, and they were saying, I've been skiing. I skied 15 years, 20 years. I went to Aspen. I went this, I went there. And then you see them walking with the skis. Yeah. Then you realize, so already you can recognize a skier, how they walk with the skis on the shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. I've seen some.
The skis on the other side. That is honestly, I'm so angry when I see the tail. The tail in the front and the thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think I've almost had my eye taken out about 20 times at least on the last couple of decades of people walking with skis looking very dodgy. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. So that is painful to watch. Put the top, the front. But anyway, that's fun. That's fun. And then, Warren, I saw you've been in newspapers quite a lot, but you were talking about the Telegraph before, but also the Times, they're talking about you. So you've been all over the place with newspapers. That's a very, very good thing. So they recognize you. So as I said, you are the ski guru in the UK. So I consider you myself as a ski guru, because if we talk about ski instructor, is you. And even here, this lady is talking about yourself.
Yeah, that was. I remember that one. And we did a thing, and she came to one of our talks, and then we made a partnership actually with a gym in London on Harley Street, and they basically they came to the gym and they made an article. I can't remember, was it for the Mail or was it the Telegraph that went into?
I don't see the thing because I stole it from you. Oh gosh, you're so tiny down there. No, I can't see it.
You know, the company is an Italian. It's an Italian company. You might know them, Isokinetic. So Isokinetic is like the Harley Street branch of where we are sort of based for doing these. It's kind of like our off-snow office, you could say, in London. But Isokinetic, Milan and Turin, where they're from, really, it comes out of a ski origin actually. But they look after, like, you know, the footballers, Juventus footballers. You know, they're a big outfit, but they've been great, and that's where that was shot. But yeah, just another little Italian connection, you could say.
You see, that's a good one. So not about Juventus. I'm a Turin supporter. Juventus are our enemies, but that's good. That's good. Good company. Good company. So more photos. I've got this article about auction. Tell me about these things. Ski verbier for 6 weeks. There was an auction for your which charity?
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting? That's another Italian connection, but not, you know, Lawrence Doubleo. He's a very famous. Obviously, you know Doubleo, the rugby player. He comes and skis with us in Verbier. He's been coming over to Verbier since 2008. Fantastic skier. He's a big part of Verbier now, and has a restaurant there, or sharing a restaurant there. And we've cycled. We've raised a lot of money for charity. I think with the ski prizes, we've probably raised about 150,000. But his charity's raised millions. You know, and they've got a fantastic. The concept of the charity is to give people an opportunity who have not been eligible or have been removed from mainstream education, and they've built units. They've built these training academies and facilities to get these people into the system where they would normally be rejected. But the statistic in this is crazy. It's like something like 60% of people that have been excluded from mainstream education are going to end up in a situation where the police are in prison. And that's why this is such an important thing. So yeah, Lawrence is doing a great job, really great job. And the charity, obviously, it's a really good time to mention the charity because it's so difficult right now with everything going on. We were meant to be starting a cycle ride right across Spain and Portugal. The whole sort of, you may have seen it. It's been postponed to next year. So that's it's a big thing we support. So the rugby works, well worth looking at, well worth checking out and getting involved with. It's a fantastic cause. There you can see, you know, a picture of a few of us at the awards, the annual awards thing, and it's a great night, great event.
It is. You talk about cycling. Cycling is your passion. So you cycle a lot. I saw photos even a long time ago with your bike. So you like, and I saw also a photo with you didn't have a good relationship with your bike, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, I was training actually I was going to go and do the Von 2 with from some of the guys from the Doubleo Cycle Club, and I was going downhill quite quick on the bike, about 70 on nearly 80k, and my front tire blew out, really unlucky, and I hit the ground quite hard, and then I was in hospital for a little bit, a week and a bit, and had a lot of operations, and really sadly missed a ski season. Got back into skiing, but I was knee surgery, shoulder surgery, and broke my hip in quite a few places. So it's all good now. And actually, I got back on the bike and then did another cycle thing. Cycling actually really it rebuilt. I have to say, really helped rebuild all the smaller muscles, more intrinsic muscles around the knee. So it's been good, from that point of view. And like I said earlier on, you know, we're venturing out. We're definitely going to sort of be bringing, you know, our clients over to Verbier initially to try the e-biking. As we said, you know, we're going to partner up with Orange because they like the idea, and the tourist office, I'm sure, will be getting involved in Verbier as well, and then we'll push it and just get people over exploring. But I love cycling; it's always been a passion. As a kid, I used to BMX as a kid. That was my sort of, you know, big thing. I was lucky enough in Hemel, where they've now got the indoor snow dome, and then there was the dry ski slope before. Before that, there was one of the biggest skateboard parks in the UK. So I was BMXing there as a kid, and I've always been passionate about bikes. But yeah, I love my road bike, and then the e-bike, the mountain.
Exactly. Going back to the e-bike now, if I understood properly now, Warren. So you're taking, the idea is to take clients and to do the World Cup tracks like in Les Houches in Chamonix or something like that, or
we're going to go on tours, you know. So we're going to take our clients with us up the mountain and tour around all the great ski areas and go and see what a lot of these runs look like, because people have only ever seen them caked in snow, you know, and the mountains are very different perspectives sometimes when you look at it, not caked in snow with all of its, either it's rocks, it's trees, it's incredible landscape. The bit that's flat over there is a beautiful lake that we might jump off the bikes and go and, you know, swim in, and you know, there's all sorts to explore. And then there's obviously the huts up on there as well, and it's taking people, you know, to see things that they wouldn't normally see, you know. So there's I mean, the interesting thing for me is, I mean, I've enjoyed doing that last year when Verbier had the e-bike festival, and I went up and did that. And the shop we work with, Ski Service, were really kind. They loaned us some bikes to go and have a look around, and that's what sparked the idea, actually. And then, you know, talking to a few clients about it, a lot of people really interested. But we filmed a bit last year, and you know, we're going to go back to Verbier, take a drone around with us in June. We're going to film it. We'll send you the video when we looked at it, but it's just it's a really different perspective and something that I think a lot of people should try out.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Great idea, Warren. I would love it. I'm in. So,
come on.
I'm in. No, I would love to. I would love to do these things. Now, let's see another photo. I'll go another photo now. You in hospital again. You said these things before, actually, during your conversation.
Okay.
This is your, I think it was your shoulder. Seems legs, but no, it's your shoulder. You were there for...
Let me bring the screen up. I can't see this. I was going to make my screen a bit bigger. Here we go.
There are some beans. The first thing you can see are beans. Yeah. And then the socks. I think you were there for your shoulder, I suppose.
Yeah. That looks pretty good. God, that's making me quite hungry right now, actually.
But yeah. So
there's been a few hospitals.
So you got a few legs okay, hips okay, everything is back to normality.
It's all right. You know, it's not as good as it used to be. You know, it's I have great pleasure watching or training with the team, and then seeing the team, you know, become better skiers, you know, than I am, and actually watching everything evolve. But I know my limits, you know, so I'm sensible. I'd much prefer a ski a day where there's a nice carpet of fresh powder than some hard rocky snow or some hardcore icy moguls. But you know, I can still get around the mountain okay. You know, I do all right.
Oh, but yeah, I show you some photos now where you skiing. So I think you're doing quite well. You like the powder? Here we go. Here's the powder.
Yeah. That was in, I think that was in Niseko in Japan. That was you know, love Japan. Great place. We're all, I think we're always going to go to Japan. It's just we got a great partnership with Ski Safari. Andrea there, she really helps us out, looks after us. That was in China, actually. That was in China.
Oh,
yeah. That was a funny story. That was we went to China to open up a school, and I wrote a book for DK Books, and then it went into different languages. Yeah, so it's called Go Ski, and then someone. This is a funny story. So someone turned up on a ski course in Verbier, 2011, and they showed me the book. In you know, they said, "Can you sign this book?" After a video analysis session, and I looked at the book and I was like, I didn't even know this was in Chinese. So, you know, no one told me that it had been released into China. You know, I knew the other languages it went into, but I didn't know. So then I rang up and they said, oh, yeah, you know, so they kind of forgot to tell me. So the only way to go and make some money out of the book, because I'd run out of my international sales thing wasn't really, I had my 4-year deal and then it was done. And when it was done, they sold it to China, obviously. So when that happened, I had to work out a way to, you know, cash in on that. And I went to China. every year for about 5 years, and then we actually set up a school. So it was our academy in China in a resort called Wanlong. But unfortunately, things in the business deal didn't really work out for us, and we ended up we never got paid for quite a lot of what we did. It was a sad thing, but it was a really fun experience, But unfortunately, it left us in a little bit of a struggle, and it was what it was. Probably won't go back there again, and it's a shame. But it has to be said, it was a really fun learning experience. I learned a lot about we traveled backwards and forward to Beijing and met some lovely people there, showed us around the area. And actually, the resort of Wanlong had one of the best infrastructure facilities I'd seen. It was on par with many European resorts. But yeah, that was one of those things. We did a TV show for CCTV5, like a how to ski thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, because of what happened, we'd sort of given it a bit of a swerve for a little while. Maybe we'll go back down there again in the future.
Absolutely. Maybe the book. I've got the book because you did also DVDs. I found some DVDs on Amazon.
DVDs. Yeah, they've been around for a while. We've God, back in the day, that was the format. I think it's weird when people just don't use DVDs anymore. So we often send people the content, and the content now is on our YouTube channel, and it's free, so people can go and use it. But yeah, they were back in the day. You sort of makes you remember all those days of the hardware, DVD players, trying to edit this stuff. It was good fun. It's good to do that.
Now, this photo I didn't know existed. We had one chairlift like this in Gressonei Trinité. It's called Punta Yolanda. We had this chairlift, and it scared the life out of me. And you got the same thing. It's one seater.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, I was crying on that chair.
Yeah, there's one of those in Japan as well. Actually, there's one of those lifts we've been on. That's a scary lift. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Even with the weather as well. Maybe it's better to the bottom. So that's good. That's good. So I got another nice photo of you just after a good powder day.
Yeah. That was in 2008. That was 2008 skiing in Furano, just off the back in the days when they sort of kept it quite closed off. They're much more free and open now in Furano, and you can access it a lot easier. But I remember that was one of those places we got into trouble for going, into the outside areas. But it was good. We went to Furano last year. Fantastic, always fantastic snow. Great place to be.
I can imagine. I haven't been there, but I will love to, because honestly, I'm a small guy. I was born in Gressonei, and you ski in Gressonei, so it's very rarely you go out and places, which is silly. It's very silly because when I moved to the UK, then I realized that there are so many places. Austria, I've been, and then of course the other side of the Mont Blanc is nice. Chamonix, I love Chamonix. Les Carreaux, d'Arrache, Flaine, these little places, Les Grands Massifs.
We're very lucky. I mean, we are. It's literally on our doorstep. We're so lucky for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So let me go and see more photo of you. Okay. Now, talking about you again. Sorry?
I'm getting a bit worried now. I don't know where you're getting all the photos. I don't know what photos.
I got some party photos.
Okay.
Actually, I'll tell you this one straight away. I'll show you this one straight away. Thank God you were tagged because I had no idea where you were. You are the red wig.
I think that's at a friend's wedding. Mikey Wakefield's wedding, I think, in Sheffield. That was a big party. I'm sure that's what it was. But yeah, we were there's a skier there, Paddy Graham, you can see down in the corner. That was a big day. That was a very big day.
You are the guy with the wig, with the red wig.
Yeah. Exactly.
So got more party things. Of course, it's not just skiing, but just party. Of course, is part of the skiing life.
Yeah, that was. Believe it or not, that was Saas-Fee in the summer. That was Saas-Fee back in the day in the summer months. That was a big crowd. Really good friends, Marisa and Sarah. They were like part of. Well, they still are. They're part of our sort of academy extended family. A lot of the old school academy crew. Great bunch. Really great bunch.
And now this one, you need to explain a few things.
Oh yeah. That's my Friday night costume. But that's a standard thing in Verbier. I think that was the closing party of the Faraday. I'm with a friend, Nick Salfo. He used to be a freeride skier Again, he was sponsored by an Italian connection there, Dainese, but he was a freeride skier and a great lad. And yeah, that was one of our party tricks.
Talking about freeride skiing, I think I've got a photo of you looking something. I think, oh, you were looking at Dahu. I don't know if it's famous in Verbier de Dahu.
Yeah.
No, you don't know. It's not Dahu legend in Verbier.
The restaurant, Dahu?
No. It's the legend. Oh, you into so when you go to Cervinia, ask about Dahu.
Dahu. Okay. I will do. That's a big
animal. It's an animal, lives in the Alps.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah. That's very.
I'm sure you got it.
Yeah.
So that's why this photo was thinking, what is he looking at? The Dahu. So this is a free ride competition?
Yeah. This is a London ride. We used to run an event business called the Ride Events. We had the Verbier Ride, Sasfe Ride, London Ride, and we did a Davos ride once as well. But this is an event I'm with Andy Bennett. He's an ex-British team freestyle skier, and Dave Young, another ex-British skier who has been right at the top of the game, and one of the sort of British innovators. Dave Young was what got a lot of people into freestyle skiing, and we were filming an event, the London Ride, and we were judging it, and I was there sort of filming as part of that as well.
Nice one. Yeah. And then we are going down. Actually, recently you did something with your buddy Graham Bell.
Yeah.
And guys, there was a live chat, something.
Yeah.
What's up here?
Yeah, so basically myself and Graham, we're patrons for a charity called Snowcone. And a bit like we explained the Doubleo charity, very, very similar thing what Snowcone does. It helps people from situations in life that have not been fortunate to them, and give them skiing as the vehicle, skiing as the pathway to trying to get into some positivity in their life, and hopefully create outlets in skiing. When a lot of people who have gone through the Snowcone system have ended up working in ski instructors, working in the ski industry, whether it's ski shops or in snow domes or whatever. So it's been a very, very positive thing, and they've learned life skills. Me and Graham work with that charity, and then a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, we did a live event. Dan and other both the Dans from Snowcone set up this event, and Graham was hosting it. Obviously, Graham's a legend, UK skier, Ski Sunday presenter, and he's a great friend. We work together on the jump and things like that. So he was there talking and working and interviewing myself, asking questions, a bit similar to what you're doing. But we'd had a few drinks. It was quite a fun night. We were encouraged to drink. So it was a bit of an online party, you could say.
You're free to do it. You're free to do it if you want to, Warren. Just go for it. That's good. Actually, Graham will be our guest next week.
Oh, cool. Brilliant. Yeah. Great. You'll have a good chat.
He said he was watching you today. So
good. Yeah.
That's good. One thing about your T-shirt, I can see an Italian name there. Doubleo, Warren.
Yeah, Doubleo is a sponsor. So I've been on the vocal team for about 20 years as a freeride skier. Certainly coming towards, I'm a freeride skier still, and we combine, the coaching, the biomechanics side, and we do a lot of things working with getting people involved with the brand. The brand's obviously very special to us, and it's given me a lot of years of great skiing on their products. But Doubleo is obviously the Italian boot maker. It's a very, very authentic ski boot. It's something that's made with a lot of, a lot of engineering and a lot of R&D from the athletes that goes into the boots. But yeah, I love Doubleo. If I'm freeride skiing, I'm on the Lupo boot. Lupo is a great boot, obviously, if you're going to go and pin up, tour uphill. And then I use the DRS, race boot, or the DS, kind of much more sort of recreational boot, but they're great products. The factory is fantastic. If you ever get to go there or visit, it's amazing to see the boots made. To see what goes down there.
They're the north of Italy for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right the way across in. Trying to think of the industrial area that it's in, but great brand.
Now the next photo, because I was pulling your leg before about girls all the time, blah blah blah. Now I had you back because I got this photo. You teaching the people how to bend. Okay, now look closely. The girls behind. Look at that. They are not looking at your legs. They are not looking.
I'm sure they are. They're looking at me. Of course, they're looking at me. You know.
I doubt it. I doubt it. You were a piece of look at that.
No,
But even
that was.
the picture, the other picture, people on the back as well. Look at the girls. Just look at it. So, you see,
Oh, man.
good 10 seconds of
you need to teach me, Max. You need to teach me. You need to give me a lesson on, you know, how to work that situation. But you know, Italians, right? You know what to do.
No, that's brilliant. Your answer. I would like to come. Are you coming close to Wales sometimes? Actually, where do we see your planning? If you're coming.
You know what? That's a good. You know, Rob from our team right now is planning all of the dates right now. So
Rob,
so So Rob is planning our dates for the tour in the UK, and we definitely would go to Wales. You know, we'll either look at going to one of the, you know, like Pembrey has a great ski slope there and a very big community of skiers. There's shops in Wales that are really worth a visit. So no, we'll definitely, if you're thinking of, you know, remind us. We'll put Wales into the tour in October, November when we're on the road again doing that for sure.
No, exactly, because there are flights. We are very well.
Are you based in Wales? Oh, we have to come and see you. We have to come and see you.
Yeah. I call it Royal Newport to give a little bit of, but it's not.
Find us a ski shop. We'll come and visit the ski shop and do a talk for sure.
In Cardiff, let's do Cardiff. But I find Cardiff is a very nice place as well.
Let's do Cardiff. 100%.
Cardiff is a fantastic city, but Newport is getting better. It's getting better. Yeah. So we are in between Bristol and Cardiff, so it's being forgotten.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so soon, hopefully, there is a calendar. Let's see if I got a message from somebody or from Rob. Dates in Wales. Noted. Bob, thank you. Rob, send me the link as well. The link, Warren, you said about the.
Yeah. So Rob will get that over to you, and he'll probably send you a link. You know, I know you were asking earlier about the page on the website for people to visit to go and see what we're doing with the different webinars and things like that. He'll post some bits on your chat. And he'll give you some good information on that. It's a bit like that leg steering range. He'll post a video that actually really explains that. It's quite a good one.
Right. Now I've got another question. Oh gosh, poor Christina sent me a question about your ski lessons. Sorry about that. So Warren, using a 6-8 person group as an example, if some people were picking up a little quicker. Okay, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, this is an interesting point. We often get asked that. So quite often in a group dynamic. Typically in a group dynamic, what we do, we go through a process. You know, Jordan from our team spends a lot of time chatting to people, trying to assess their levels. And on the website, there is a level system. So people can actually try and pinpoint what level they're at. The second thing we do to try and, you know, make this situation as good as it can be is get people to do a ski off on the morning of the course. And then the third thing is there's flexibility during the groups for people to possibly change up one or one down as the week goes on. And the groups, because we're in a unique position, because as you said earlier, the brand's quite popular in terms of ski courses. So if we put on a course and say, you know, 10 people turned up on a ski course, you're going to have a lot of a situation where that's difficult. If you get 50 people turn up on a ski course and lots of different groups, which is what we usually deal with on most weeks, that's our situation. So that's usually how we take care of that. If we have an emergency situation, so someone's like an alarming rate, not going to be able to be equipped into a group, we create situations where another instructor will come in, take the person, you know, one-to-one. If they don't slot into another group, quite often they comfortably just drop down a group or go up a group if it changes like that. But that's usually the luxury that we have because of the type of business it is and because of the popularity of the courses. We have that going on. But we always have something in reserve as a backup, to take care of that. We're really conscious of the fact that if someone's invested that amount of time into a week, you don't need to go wrong just because of the skiing levels.
Perfect. Thank you for that. So I didn't see that question coming up early.
It's a good question. It's actually a really important one, actually, and a lot of people are often thinking that, you know, am I going to fit into a group? Is the group going to be too fast for me? Or am I going to be pushed enough? You know, and that's what we hope. We take care of that with a little bit of attention from the office side, the back end of the business, but also at the front end with instructors there and the ski off at the start of the week.
Cool. Exactly. Now we are fading down. We are closing our nice chat. I've got few more photos. Nice one. Explain about this one. This little thing. Why you got this?
Where was this? Is it? Did the cat attack me or something like that? Is it like a?
I have no idea. This photo about a cat. I think there is a story behind it, but obviously there isn't.
It must be something to do with Raf. Raf from our team is a cat lover. He's a cat professional. So it might be Raf's cat. Maybe he's tagged me on it or something like that. Or it could be. So I'd have to look. Rob might know.
I don't know. I'll go and check. Exactly. I'll go and check later. And then you got a son. Okay. He's following your steps. Is he?
My son loves skiing. Yeah. My son's a really keen skier. But he was brought up in Verbier for his first sort of 9 years. Went to school there, and has skied things like like the Backemont 4, and he loves his powder skiing. But at the moment he's studying in the UK. So he's finishing his A-levels, he's in that crazy year where he's finishing his A-levels. But he's getting the predicted result, so it's a bit of a strange one. And then he may go and do a ski season. He may come to Verbier this winter. He's going to take a year off of what's happening, and he wants to spend some time in London to try and go and explore the city, the capital a little bit. But yeah, I think we'll be seeing him in Verbier this coming winter.
I got a very quick photo, and then look at this. There's your son, probably a few years ago.
That was a few years ago. God, yeah. He that was when he was he's nearly 19 now. I think he was around 15 then. And that was when he came out and worked on the jump. And I think actually he loved it. He helped me side slip the course when Bradley Wiggins was doing the race on live TV. So it was quite a stressful moment for him. But he did really well. So he got involved, came and worked on the event. He loved it out there. Got on well with the crew.
Brilliant. I think we solved the problem about the cat. Rob told us about it. So Rob, trying cat on the course.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay. So the client, that would make sense. Yeah.
I don't publish the next message, Rob. I leave it. it tells me about the level of dust here, so I don't publish that. So that's good. That's good. About the jump, there would be a news. The jump again, or?
Yeah, no one really knows. I mean, the jump last series was a big success from a television point of view. Spencer Matthews, who used to be on Made in Chelsea, he won that series, and a lot of good people were on the show. Went very well, and a lot of things happened with the jump. One of the big things, obviously, was the Brexit crash. When you got a budget of something like 5 million, and all of a sudden something gets flipped at an exchange rate. That's a really difficult thing to deal with, So for the pound to do something against the euro, very, very difficult. And who knows? There's been talk about it coming back. There's been talk that there's a possibility. One of the original things it came around for back in the day in 2014 was the Olympics. For Channel 4 to have something to have when the Olympic year was on. And we don't know anything that's going on. Everything's up in the air. But maybe 2022. If it does happen, who knows? It could be a year that they bring it back. I had great fun working on it. I mean, would always jump back into that gig. That was great.
It's a great show. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Even my wife, who's not here, she really enjoyed it. So
Brian will have some good stories about that next week as well, I'm sure.
I hope so. Yeah, that was brilliant. And now the last photo is a very nice photos, and your mom and daddy.
Oh yeah. This was a picture that was from their wedding. But I remember I posted that, I think maybe a year ago. My father passed away last February, so I think I posted that picture last February, and that was when So that was a lovely picture of my parents. But obviously they're not with me anymore, and but they always loved the idea that I was getting away to go skiing. And were very supportive of it back in the day. That was for sure. What was interesting, that they brought me up in Hemel Hempstead, and where we lived in our little sort of council estate in Hemel Hempstead was about 100 meters where they ended up building the dry ski slope. So there's a complete chance, a complete fluke that happened. So it's obviously thanks to them that I'm into skiing, and that's what I do now.
Exactly. But you started skiing. Wasn't your first choice in theory. You started as a cricketer as well. You did lots of
I went to cricket on the weekends. You know, my dad played cricket every weekend, so I was taken to cricket. You know, great way to get into sport. My dad always pushed me into sport. Always playing football as a kid. You know, I went boxing from the age of like 12, 13 for a couple of years. That was a big thing. And then obviously I was into BMXing as well, basketball at school a lot. And then I found skiing basically through the dry ski slope. And the dry ski slope was my entry into the sport. And I'm grateful for you know, dry slope skiing, artificial slope skiing. That's just a big thing that you know, there's lots of dry ski slopes in the UK. A lot of us British skiers, we started on dry ski slopes. You know, that was our entry into it. So got a lot of thanks to the Hemel dry ski slope back in the day. And like I said, you know, a very good friend that gave me a lot of you know, help on the way, Pete Gillespie. You know, he's now running that snow center, and that's a very warm place in my heart. You know, that's where a lot of us started.
Exactly. Selihan says hi. Hello, Selihan.
Yeah, say hi to Sam. Yeah.
Brilliant. Warren, thank you very much. I think we ran out of photos because we talk about your youth, the academy. So yeah, the ski academy. Remember, guys, go to the website Warren Smith Ski Academy and check the plans, the courses Warren will do. So the website will be updated, and fingers crossed with this situation. I saw now the EasyJet starting to, in 1st of June, starting to do some flights to France.
Exactly. Swiss are running at the moment. I know BA puts their flights on the 1st of June, Geneva to London, regular flights. EasyJet, a lot of things are starting to move around a little bit. Obviously, got to wait and see what happens and how it all gives. But we're fingers crossed. We want to be skiing, you know, this summer up on the glacier. That's our goal. And I think I'll be driving around to Zermatt to see what the snow's like if they do open up on that date in June. That would be fantastic for everybody.
Oh, exactly. And with skiing is quite easy, so we can do one chairlift per person, or one. I don't know.
It's going to be a little bit different now. Queuing for the lift. Yeah, normally a load of people barging in front of everybody on that lift queue up on the glacier.
Miles and miles.
That's going to be difficult. Yeah,
it will be tricky. But hey, but Warren, thank you very much for your time. Honestly, you've been such a sport, and hopefully I see you this summer in Trevina.
Yeah, and also we'll come to Cardiff. Rob will make sure that happens, and we'll get a shop there organised, and then we'll come over. But yeah, Trevina, we'll keep in touch, Max. It'd be great to have a few ski turns with you.
Absolutely, it would be amazing. Thank you very much, Warren. Honestly, have a lovely weekend, because now it's weekend.
Yeah, me too. Really good to chat to you.
No, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Ciao. Warren Smith, lovely guy. So nice sport. So guys, if you want to check more courses about Warren, go to the website, search Warren Smith Academy, and check the courses. And Rob, the famous Rob, now will update, and you can join Warren, guys. Thank you. If you're watching through Facebook, click the like button there. So I can see you're clicking already. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. If you're watching through YouTube, click the subscribe button, because you can receive some alerts from me for the new live chat. And I remind you that next week I will have his buddy. Here we go. He's here. Is Graham Bell, former British skier, downhill skier, and now BBC presenter, commentator of Ski Sunday, and also commentated the Ski World Cup. It will be next Wednesday, 27th of May at 6 p.m. Guys, 1 hour and 4 minutes. Thank you very much, and see you next week. Ciao, ciao from Max.